Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. With Monday off, I'm a little lost as to what day it is today. And I think I changed the settings. And when I get to fabric, showing you fabric, I think I'm going to try to manipulate so we can see if we can make a change to how you see my fabric. So we'll see how this goes. But let's get started. Welcome to Bristol Blue, the Quilt BOM'ers, SAL'ers and QAL'ers. I want to say QAL'ers, but there's no U in it. Anyway, you guys, so let's talk about channel updates. Just so you know, if I haven't already mentioned it, this Saturday, September 21st, is National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. And I'm going to go live at my usual 10 o'clock time and work on and sew a jelly roll. So, and I think I talked about the project, and I picked a pattern, and I picked fabric. So I am going to do a primitive gatherings pattern. This I got in one of my quilt boxes that I get from them every other month. And I don't get another one until next month. But this one I got in one of my previous boxes. And this is called Red, White, and Bowie. And with this pattern that came, and I think it's exclusive because I looked on their website, it's not available. So I'm thinking these are exclusive to the box. But I also got this jelly roll, which is American Gatherings 2. So I'm going to use this. I intend to make like a table runner or a table mat or something, whatever I can get done in the hour or two that will be live on Saturday to sew. Yeah, so I'm going to use this. I'm also going to use, and these are from the previous American Gatherings. I've got this blue and white star. I got this for background, and I also picked out this blue and white stripe for the binding on that quilt. So I will be taking a look at this pattern today to see if there's any like pre-cutting that I should do or that I'll need to do to get going on this. But I think I'm just going to like do just like the top 2 rows or the middle 2 rows. I'm not sure. I think the middle 2 rows. So anyway, I will be looking at that more, but I do have my fabric selection, my jelly roll, and my background and binding fabric. I don't have a backing yet, but that should be simple enough to do. I have a red and white check, buffalo check. Ooh, let me pull that out. While I'm thinking of it, where are my backgrounds? Oh, it's in this basket down here somewhere. And I have to pull out a lot of stuff to get to it. But I will show that on that day. So, a little bit of pre-homework to do on this one to review the pattern to see if I need to do any pre-cutting or if I should do all my cutting and sewing all on the day. So that's at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday, September 21st, right here. Let's see. The next thing I got an announcement on a block of the month. And this one here, I may have mentioned it once before, but it is a Corey Yoder mystery quilt. This, you can get a kit, and it is not a monthly program because the monthly program is with Corey Yoder on her YouTube channel. So she'll be providing patterns and everything, but you can get a kit online at the Quilt Spot. All of the links are below for this. And I already ordered a fat quarter, or reserved, I should say, a fat quarter bundle from the fat quarter shop because I like to get more than I need, right? I didn't realize that the fabric requirements that Corey gives for this program are actually a fat eighth bundle. So, oh well, I got more fabric. Darn it. So I reserved my fat quarter bundle. And I don't know, it's shipping in November. So this is going to start in January. And all of the links are below for Corey's video where she talks about this exclusively. And so if you want to go to the Quilt Spot, they're charging right now, there's a reservation fee of $4.99, which will be deducted, I believe, from the full month, or for the full program cost. It's $122.81, which is just a one-time fee. You can get it internationally. You just need to contact the store about the shipping rates. So this is going to start in 2025. So I did check out the Quilt Spot. I've got more, and I'll talk about those in the days to come. But I'm running out of printer paper. So check out thequiltspot.com. I have the link to it down below. So for this anyway. So go check that out. This is coming up in January. And I'm going to sew along on that one. It's a mystery quilt. And I like Corey Yoder. I follow her YouTube channel and watch her quite regularly. All right. So next, the new assignment for today is the Our National Parks sew along that is with Pat Sloan. And I finished block 1. And here is my block. That shows up pretty well, fabric-wise. So, and I'm using Kim Diehl Quiet Grace for this project. And there are a lot of fabrics in this bundle. So it is on and popping for this one, I'm saying, because it is gorgeous, if I must say. And block 2 was released this morning, and I watched her video. And that is this one right here. So I'm going to do some fabric selection for this. So what I've read in her pattern, in the fabric requirements section of the packet. Good morning, Diane. Thank you. After your grandson's track meet. Ooh, I've got grandson and a granddaughter in track meets as well. Of course, they're 5 hours away from me, but I totally get it. So nice. So I think a lot of people are doing sewing along on Jelly Roll Day, which is the 3rd Saturday of every September every year. So I will have that on the calendar for next year as well. But I was reviewing the pattern requirements about sashing and borders because I also saw that she showed a whole bunch of pictures of other people's blocks, and somebody had done all their borders and sashing or did cut them all. And so I was thinking about my idea for that, and that is just there's a outer sash border with what do you call it, cornerstones, and then underneath each block is like a strip with a cornerstone in the middle. So as well as another sashing border. So when I decided to get a background fabric, I chose this one from the line. And I'm going to use that for the borders and the sashing pieces. But then I think I'm going to mix it up with all of the other fabrics that come along with the line. Either that or just choose one piece for all of them and then have different cornerstones. I'm going to have to take a look at that. But anyway, I'm thinking about it now because I kind of want to get ahead of the game whenever I can, because I've got a lot of things going on here. So fabric selection for block 2, this block right here. Looks like I just need 2 fabrics, possibly 3. I used 3 in this one. I don't know, do I want to stick with 3? But here are my choices, and I've got a couple options that I've already thought about as I was pulling this out. But there is a dark green. I don't know. Shows up a little darker than it actually is. So there's a dark green. This one here is more on a teal mode. Looks more blue in the picture. So there's that. Show you everything that's in the line. This one here, another green. I thought maybe standing would also be better, so I am doing that today. This one here is a really dark green with a small green motif on it. So it looks really solid dark from the back. I don't know that I want to use that one. That one looks very solid dark. This one here is black with cherries, a berry on a with some leaves, and so there's that. I don't know that I want to go dark. So as a reminder, this little banner right here, this panel, is going to be my back of this quilt. And so I've been picking out fabrics that kind of go with this. Oh, those look dark too. Maybe I do want to put some darks in there. I've got this one. How does that look against all of that? See, looks really good. I like it. All right, so there. I can use the darks. I didn't think I wanted to go that route, but I just might throw some of those in there. There's this red. And this one here is more of a rust. And you know what? So Jessica sent a message yesterday on the video that she really likes this line and almost bought it. Here is your incentive to actually go out and press the button. Jessica, so blessed by Jess. Go out there. I'm not a pusher. I am not a pusher at all. This one here, it's got little black dots all over the background of it. Let me see if I can do something here. Hold on. Let's see if that made a difference. Not really. Change the brightness. This one here's got a little tan and black spot on it. I'm an instigator. That's what I am. An instigator. Here's another one. It's a red. So pretty with stars and leaves and oh, so pretty. All right. So we're kind of getting close to the color scheme I was thinking of here. But not yet. This one here's a green. Nice green. I like this. Very good. Let's see. How about this one? Teal with the red berries on it. I like that. I'm going to pull that aside. There is this one here. It's green and navy. Looks like ocean waves from a distance. But these are little flowers with a little, I don't know what you call that, little doohickey there. Little viney thing. This one here is so Christmassy. Very nice green. It's got some tiny red berries on it. Ooh, it's so pretty. I just dropped everything on the floor. Oh. Let me pull these off. Let me get it picked up. Okay. Now, this one here is more of an olive green. A little flower on it and some leaves. Keep that over there because that one there. Oh, no, not that one. These were the ones I was thinking about, going with this green. And this has got a pink berry on it. And each of the center of the berries one's got a red dot, one's got a tealish dot, and the other one's got like a burnt orangish dot on it. So I'm liking this. So I was thinking green. Then there's also this one. This one's got a star on it with some squiggly lines there. Can you see it? That looks pretty good. So either one of these two, and not this one. This one's a grayish stripe. It's got a pink, like rickrack looking line on it and a little tan brown rickrack line, and then the same leaf motif that is in the background fabric that I chose. So there's that fabric. Here's another one that's kind of gray and tan. A little flower motif, similar. It's the same one as the of this green one. No, it's a different flowers. Different flowers on it. Then there is these salmony colors with another berry-like bouquet. So these were some of that I was thinking of. That one and this one. This one's a pink with the same berries and the little dotted lines and stuff. So let's put those aside. And there's just a couple more left from this line, other than the ones that I used yesterday on the block. This one here, what color is this? It's greeny, gold, yellow. It's pretty. It's a pretty color. This one here is yellow. Not as bright as it's showing on my screen, but it is a very pretty buttery, little darker than a buttery yellow with the flowers on it. And then there's these backgrounds. This is the one that I am using for my background for the sashing of borders. So I'm going to set that aside to use that with that. And then there is this, like, it's orange and black and green little, they look like crosses, but yet they're diamond shape. So there's that. And then this one here with like a hash dots and whatnot on it, on a cream background. So those are the fabrics that are in this line. And these are the fabrics I'm thinking I want in this block. So I need to pick a green and a pink. And I think I want to go with this one that has pink in it. And this one, because it's the same pinkish color. I'm thinking of going with these two versus these two. I'm going to go a little lighter on this block, I think. So I'm going to make it out of these, I believe. Sound like a plan? So I'm going to use these two blocks to make the next block, or these two fabrics to make the next block. And I drop that on the floor. And it's in this pile here somewhere. So I'm going to make today's block with these two fabrics. So I will set those aside. I'll clean up all of this. Just have this pile of fabric. Isn't it fun? Does it look good? Thanks, Lori. I like it. I'm really liking that. I'm going to go with that. How does that look with this? I think it matches more with this Capital Reef one down here on the side here. It's got pinks and greens in there. I think that'll work out fine. And I don't really have to match what's going on the back of the quilt. How does it look with the first block? It's going to be perfect. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Okay. So, oh, here am I? Nope, that's not the one. Very lost. There they are. I knew they were in there somewhere. So that's going to be this block right here. So all of the darker parts of that are going to be the green, and all the lighter parts are going to be the pink. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So let me set all of this aside then. I've made my fabric choice. Because as I was like standing there going, I'm like, ooh, I want pink and green. I want pink and green. Love pink and green. All right. So next then, so we've got our new assignment for our Block Wednesday with Pat Sloan, and I'm caught up. I was able to get Block 1 from last week finished and ready for today's assignment. So we're all set. We're all good. So then the next thing I worked on after we talked yesterday is I finished Block 37 of the Laundry Basket Quilts weekly block. Finished that up yesterday. The only thing I haven't done is outline or stitch down the circle that's fused onto the center. So there's my block for last week. I got that done. This is her block. So, and I do a heart with each one that I make, with each block that I make. It's not part of the sew along. It's not part of somebody else's sew along either. So I'm just doing them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but we'll talk about it at the end of the sew along or when I get a layout. So block 38, I went through this morning and made fabric selections. So each one of the blue squares, there's 12 of them that go in these diagonals. I picked out a different blue for each one. And that is all of this, all of those blues. And then these are the two backgrounds that I'm going to use for the block too. So I can't wait to get started on that because I think this looks scrumptious. Doesn't that look beautiful? It's so scrumptious. I love it. The polka dots. Oh, yes. I'm so excited about that block. I am really excited about getting that block together. That's due next Tuesday. So gotta make sure my priority list is working fine. Thanks, Lori. I gotta make sure my priorities are in line here. So I got another higher priority option. So then I also finished up the last of the 4 hearts that were assigned 2 weeks ago from the Little Pink Homestead, because yesterday we got a new assignment for those Dresden plates. I started pulling out fabrics. I haven't pulled them all yet, but I will show you those as soon as I get those all in line, because I forgot. I was pulling from my stash that's in my color sections within each one of these cubbies and forgot about the boxes of Cafe and Tulip Pink that I got. I'm going to throw those in there too. So that's what's up with that. So I finished that first assignment. The next assignment, the Dresdens, are not for 2 weeks. So that lies in that priority. So the next thing that I worked on and have been working on is, and I discussed this yesterday, how this is for Red Sky at Night. This is with Tales of Cloth. And I decided I needed to change out because I had all of my squares here in blue. I went and changed them out so I could go a little bit more scrappy. But I kept the purples the same. So I have these all units all sewn together. And I did sew this one to the center square. And then I still have all the rest. I'm going to do the other sides, and then I'm going to put these little diamond pieces, the white ones, in. Thanks, Lori. And they look great. I think it looks good. So I'm going up, there's a little control right here with the purples, but I think I did great. I think that looks fine. I'm very happy with how that turned out. I really am. So this is what I do when I'm sitting like in front of the TV, like after I've eaten dinner and just kind of chilling and relaxing. And when I get up in the morning first thing. So instead of cross stitching, I am now EPPing. So I don't think I'm going to have much of a cross stitch update next Monday, because I wanted to get that in my schedule every 2 weeks because I really haven't done anything. And since I last talked about my cross stitch when I got back from Colorado, so this is now taking up my cross stitch time. So that's okay. It's only till December. We'll start that back up again in January. Unless I get ahead of the game and I don't have any EPP to do, I'll do my cross stitch. But I don't foresee that being the case. So I am making progress with the EPP block for the Red Sky at Night program. Hi, Polly. I have an error on the first Aditya block. Which error are you talking about? This one? On this one? I do, don't I? I see it now. I see it now. This one. It needs to face towards the center. Thank you. I see it now. Actually, hold on. Is there another one? No, that's the one I'm looking at. Okay. All right. Yep. You were right. I've got to fix that. That one is facing in the wrong direction. Thank you. Thanks, Polly. I love you. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I was making a lot of mistakes putting this block together because I was sewing these little half square triangles on the wrong sides. And I was like, why is this not working out? So I struggled a little bit with this one. But yeah, see what she's talking about? Not that one, this one. It's turned the wrong way. You were so right. Thank you. All right, so there, I'm working on that one. And the rest of the blocks. So the block that I showed you yesterday was actually a different, I mean, not a different block, but I had them all. This is block number 4. I think I may have mentioned it as block number 1. Let me lay this out here. So in this one here, I had gone, what did I say? I was a little too controlled on that one too. So let me lay the block out again. And because I need to cut out some more fabric because I don't want to go too controlled, scrappy. I want to be somewhat controlled, but not a lot. So I'm going to keep like one fabric consistent. It depends on the block too, now that I'm thinking about it. Hang on, I'm laying this out as fast as I can here. So I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone of like controlling my scrappiness. Because I want to do everything controlled. So this is the block, and I had this yellow square in all of these spaces. So I'm going to make that scrappy. Now I'm still thinking about these. I haven't sewn it together, but this is actually called the antique tile block. And it is actually block number 4. I may have mentioned yesterday that it was block number 1. Block number 1 is a 9-patch block. And block number 2 is an Irish chain. And block number 3 is a checkerboard. Those I can easily put in a different fabric in every section of the block, along with my white background that I'm using. So I am still contemplating, since I did stay a little bit consistent with the purples in here, do I stay consistent with this green on this one? I don't know. I don't know yet. I think I'm going to put this one on the back burner and work on the 9 patch and the Irish chain and the checkerboard blocks first. Because those I know I can make 100% scrappy and still be okay with that in my heart. I still am wondering about these greens, but that's where I am with this project. So I'm going to continue on with the other blocks and save this one for last. So that way I'm still working things in order. These are the fabrics I chose for the other 2.5-inch squares that are in this block, the blue, the pink, and the purple. And I'm going to put those in here, one of each of those. So then I can start working on these. And that's my plan for today, is to work on this project. The next assignment, 4 blocks and an EPB block, are due on Friday. So are coming up on Friday. So I'm going to try to stay on the game here. You don't have to do the 9 patch, Lori. Oh, block number 1, the 9 patch. The 9 patch block is the base for most machine sewn blocks in this pattern. Follow this construction method to sew them together. Any block that does not follow a 9 patch construction will have its own unique instructions. Oh, okay. But they're 3.5-inch squares, which would make the full size, right? Okay. You might have to help me explain that one as to why I wouldn't need to make a 9 patch block. I don't follow. Oh, note, if you are making the combined machine and EPP version of this quilt, you will not need to make this 9 patch block. Gotcha. Okay. I get it now. I read it. Read all of the instructions, Amy. So Irish chain, checkerboard, antique tile. Then I need to get out block number 5. Got it. Okay. So that would be my 4th block. Oh, wait. Then I only have to do 3 this week. Yes. Because I have block 5 through 9 on next week's assignment. Okay. It makes sense now. Thanks, Lori. See? I love having you guys here. I would have never have caught the block mistake, and I would have made this 9 patch block and didn't need to. Thank you. I love having this team. You are fabulous. I love everybody. Awesome. So let's see here. What is next on my thing? So tomorrow is London Town Sampler. Starts with Pat Sloan, and we'll get the first assignment tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to follow it block for block in the book or if she's going to mix it up. So we'll be talking about this tomorrow after her video. I'll be watching that, and I'll let you know. We'll do fabric selection, and I'll let you know which pattern we're going to do. I'm sure you'll watch her, and you'll hear about it before I even do. All right, so that's on the agenda for tomorrow. Tomorrow's also our Thursday Sew Along day. And I'm more than likely going to be working on Red Sky at night. More than likely. I was thinking I could also work on the Christmas Mystery by Primrose Cottage Quilts, but I looked at that pattern. It's not a pattern, it's the cutting instructions. That's what's this week. And since I'm one of those who does 1 block at a time, I'm going to try to get away with not doing any upfront cutting, because honestly, cutting is not my favorite. I don't care for the cutting part. I like the sewing part. I like the sewing part. I like the piecing. So if I can get away with not having to do any upfront cutting for that project, I will. But I will wait until Friday when we get the first block to see how difficult that may or may not be. And it might be in my better judgment to change my decision and do some prior some pre-cutting for that project. So I'll let you know how that goes on Friday. So that is tomorrow. London Town sampler, fabric selection, and pattern discussion. And we will also just be sewing along. And I'm going to be working on my blocks for Red Sky at Night. Yes, I'm so excited. This one here makes me want to sew really bad. So I will, this doesn't need to be, the Ode to National Parks doesn't need to be done until next week, Wednesday, or next week, Tuesday night. So I'm ready on Wednesday for the next one. So, and I've also, no, I haven't done anything else. The only other thing that I think I'm going to have to fit into my schedule next week is the Sew Sampler Box Peaceful Baskets, block number 4. Am I on or 5? Whatever, the next block, because they just took the money to send me the next box. So it hasn't yet been shipped, but I want to have that block done before that box gets here, before the new pattern comes out, because we're going to have to do a fabric selection for the next block. So I may have to put that on my schedule for early next week or even this weekend. I'll let you know. As soon as that ships, I've got just a couple of days to get it done. Well, maybe 4 days, because it typically takes about 4 days to get something from the Fat Quarter Shop. So once it's been shipped. All right. That's all I have for today, you guys. And we will meet up again tomorrow at 10 a.m. And we'll talk about London Town. And so you guys have a great night. Thanks for being here. And again, thank you for Polly for helping me with my block for laundry basket quilts. I'll get it fixed. And for Lori for telling me I didn't need to do block 1. Yes. All right, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.